some Friday night action here between the North Division leading Edmonton Warriors and the Beaumont Outlaws. The Warriors enter the night at 4-2-1 after a pair of wins this last weekend at home against the Mountaineers and Rampage, while the Outlaws roll in at 2-4 at the bottom of the North Division standings, but holding plenty games in hand. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Live here from Bill Hunter Arena, a pair of teams that know each other well, and a pair of teams looking to move and increase their position up in the standings. Mohammed along for the call here alongside my cameraman Lexi, and we're ready to go here from West Edmonton. Maloney and Andrews on the draw. They're going to award first possession to the Outlaws. As Schaff will jog onto the floor and pick the ball up to start the first offensive possession of the game. Schaff checked there by Andrews. Andrews knocks him down. They'll call minor interference. It'll be Outlaws ball with a fresh 30. Ball up high with Ellis. Swung down to Hobday. Now Grace. Off a 4-point game last Sunday morning against the Kings. Ellis down underneath. He's checked. Ball goes behind the Warrior net, and it's picked up by Redlick. And he makes his way into the Outlaw zone. Wellner bait, left side. Flips it inside. Luke Royer, and that's stopped by starting goaltender McLeod. Ball will go loose. Royer picks up the loose ball. Royer out in front, and another big stop up high by McLeod. And the ball's going to be raced out over center. It's Gaudreau. Gaudreau's got numbers. Gaudreau gets it over to the left side, and Carter Grace was cutting. They hit him, but the ball got knocked loose, and the Warriors will come back up floor. It'll be Muir handing off to Carey. Carey left side. Tried to work that ball to Nicholson. That goes loose, and it's picked up off the floor by the Outlaws. Deep into Warrior territory. Ellis playing offense tonight. Ellis, right side, swings the ball. Hobday plays some catch on the left side with Maloney. Maloney goes underneath his defender, and that shot's fought off by Pinch. I don't know too many goaltenders wearing the number 11. That's always a unique look for Pinch and the Warriors. Here's Schaff. Schaff gets it over to Ellis. Ellis swings that off the glass. That's going to be that's going to bounce into the middle of the floor and into the corner, and it's picked up by Stashnik. Andrews up over the Miners logo. And Luke Royer swings that right side. Dickin back with the Warriors after being let go by the Junior A Miners. Royer shoots that well wide. Ball will bound over to the right side. Picked up by Dickin. Swung over to Wellner bait. Wellner bait underneath, and that gets stopped by McLeod. Wellner bait having a nice season offensively for the Warriors. Stepping up in a new role. He's always played quite a bit of offense. A lot of transition, and this year heavily relied upon on that left side as the Warriors come back up floor. 17-10 to go, still scoreless. Now Nicholson into the middle, and that's stopped, and a good hard cut by the Tier 2 call-up as the Outlaws come back into the Warrior zone. Gaudreau rolls off a check. He swings it. Maloney down to Hobday. Hobday winds, fires. That's stopped by Pinch. Flett will grab that. And the Warriors come back into the offensive zone. Flett stops up. Gets the ball up to Wellner bait. Wellner bait. Pick set there by Carey. Hops around that. Swings it. Dickin. He works on the right side with Dewart. Dickin underneath Dickin, and tried to tuck that in short side. 4 p.m. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information on CROW LAX TV, Instagram, and X. Hobday, Maloney. Maloney underneath. Trying to flip that inside to Hobday. It's picked up by Hildebrand. Hildebrand behind the back. And that's a good stop by Pinch. Nice creative shot there by Marcus Hildebrand. And the Warriors gain possession here. Dewart off that big game against Red Deer. Ball now on the stick of Dickin, and underhand shot stopped, and the rebound was picked up and turned away by McLeod. That was Kai Morris on the doorstep. Ball up on the half wall with Dewart. Dewart, hard pick set there. That'll be moving, and it'll be outlaw ball. Ball with Gaudreau, now with Schaff. Schaff tried to fight through a check, gets the ball up high to Gaudreau. Gaudreau swings that. Falls out of the stick of Maloney. He picks it back up. Grace surveys the middle. Grace swim move. And now he's going to be met with a hit by Fair. Ball goes into the stick of Maloney. Tried to flip that back up to Grace. That gets knocked down by the Warriors. Ball will be shielded, and the 30-second clock will go, and it'll be Warrior ball. Nicholson, left side. Wellner bait back over to Carey. Carey rolls, comes back up top. Ball high with Dewart. Dewart pulls, fires. That goes off a body, and that'll be Warrior ball. United Tool Supply. United Tool Supply celebrating its 50th year in the business, serving machine shops across Western Canada. Their focus on building customer relationships has allowed them to earn a reputation for quality service and expertise. Visit United Tool Supply today for all your machine shop needs. Nicholson swings it over to Dewart. Dewart using that big body to shield off a defender. Now he's met with another check, and he throws that in on net. It's another stop by McLeod. Loose ball. Wellner bait looked like he had it for a second. It goes back loose. And minor interference on the loose ball. A little bit of a moving pick as Wellner bait battled for it, and it'll be Warrior possession. Ball is knocked back over center and is picked up by was like this. Check, check, check.
Chill. There. Let's go with that.
Now McLeod gets it to Osman. Osman to Schaff off the bench. Schaff down the middle. That's stopped. Maloney with the loose ball. And he throws it over to Ellis. Maloney down underneath. Gets the ball back up to Grace. Ellis with it now. Out of the corner. Ellis, two-man game. Tried to get that to Schaff, and that'll go into the stick of Pinch. And Pinch throws that well over the head of Andrews. Ball will go down in behind the net, where Andrews will fight with it for three Outlaws. And it's going to be picked up by Beaumont. Still 0-0 here. Scoreless with 11:50 to go first period. Gaudreau up high. Hildebrand. Hildebrand chased there. He shoots that. Pinch with a whack on the loose ball, and it's going to be picked up by the Warriors, and it's Redlick. Redlick Royer, and he came in hard off the bench. Good stop there by McLeod. And the Outlaws now in transition. Weatherby gets hit hard there in front of the net. In transition, the ball is going to go loose. He fights for it. Some help comes in. A little bit of a 2-on-2 here for the loose ball. They scrum, and it's pulled out by Flett, who's a loose ball dynamo for the Warriors. And he flips it to Wellner Bate. Now Dewart with a shot in on McLeod. That gets stopped. Carey pushes for a loose ball. Ball rolls over to Brody Stashnik, and he will come away with it. Regan Carey now, left side. Ball underneath Dickin, and Dickin's called for stepping inside the crease. It'll be no goal, an Outlaw ball. Gaudreau, half wall. 2 defenders on him. Gaudreau gets a pick. Tried to flip it back over to Schaff. Ball goes into the corner. He picks it back up. Maloney. Grace goes and grabs that loose ball. He sends a winding shot wide of the net. And now a couple of players are tied up behind the play. And now Gordon is going to take a penalty. Now it looks like they're going to take both of them. They're going to give Gordon a 5-minute penalty for roughing and a 2-minute penalty to Gaudreau for slashing. So they'll play 4-on-4, and then the Outlaws will eventually get a power play. I want to take this moment to thank United Tool Supply, celebrating their 50th year in business, serving machine shop needs across Western Canada, and are there for all your tooling supplies, focusing on building customer relationships and having a reputation for quality service and technical expertise. Visit United Tool Supply today for all your machine shop needs. And be sure to get your weekly CROW LAX 50/50 tickets. Tickets on sale until Monday at 4 p.m. Scan the QR code on screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. So we go 4-on-4 here with 9:40 to go first period and a scoreless on the boards. Weatherby is going to grab this out of the crease and go. Long pass up floor. And a break, like a partial break, and that almost got through Pinch, but he was able to trap that against the turf as he fell, and it'll be Warrior ball. Wellner Bate underneath. Wellner Bate, and he's called for stepping inside the crease. And it'll remain scoreless. So that's 2 taken off the board for the Warriors now. We continue to play 4-on-4. Maloney left side. Maloney. Hildebrand. Good move inside. Hildebrand, and decides not to shoot. Gets the ball in behind the net. It's going to have to be picked up again by Dickin. That shot's taken. 2 brothers playing against each other here. You got Graham Dickin of the Warriors. And, of course, you got Carter Dickin of the Outlaws. And the ball that's going to go back down for an over and back call would be Warrior ball. 8:30 to go. First period, scoreless here from Bill Hunter Arena. Thanks for joining us on CROW LAX TV. Hit subscribe. You'll be notified every time a game goes live. And there's plenty of action across the channel. Weatherby in transition, and Maloney tried to fire that far side and missed the net. And now Blake Cameron in on a partial break, and Cameron fires that wide. Ball's going to bound over to Dewart, who holds the ball up high, waits for some Warrior reinforcement. Two defenders over there with him. He shields the ball and swings it over to Wellner Bate. Wellner Bate works on the left side with Carey. Ball back up top to Dewart. Dickin winds, fires, and he powers that through McLeod. It's 1-0. Now off the draw, Maloney is going to knock the ball over, and it's going to be picked up by Richardson for the Outlaws. Ball up high with Maloney. Hobday on the left shooter. Maloney's going to have to go pick that up. Hobday goes into the middle. Grace into the middle for Hildebrand, and that was stopped by Pinch. Good save there by the veteran netminder. Ball goes loose to be picked up by Flett. The Outlaws now on the power play. Flett's going to go up on a 3-on-2. Flett hops inside, and that's stopped by McLeod. About 2 minutes remaining in the Outlaws power play. And 6:50 to go in the opening frame. Warriors leading 1-0. As the Outlaws power play goes back to work. Grace now on the left shooter. Hobday goes down to the crease. Maloney skips it. Schaff. Maloney back to Schaff. Maloney now again behind the back. Grace. That's stopped. And the Outlaws get the reset. Maloney winds, fires. That's stopped. And now Brody Stashnik picks up the ball. He's surrounded by Outlaws. And the Outlaws will regain possession. Hildebrand inside Maloney. And Maloney did a good job of pulling his stick back to the short side, and Pinch did a better job of staying with it. But the Warriors are going to go back to the box, and it'll be a 5-on-3 for 119. Unless they, of course, score, and it'll go to a 5-on-4. City of Fort Saskatchewan, discover a place for family fun meets opportunity. Visit their downtown parks in River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Ball is going to bounce back out towards the Warrior bench. It's picked up by Maloney. Maloney to Hildebrand. Hildebrand tried to get it back to Maloney. Ball goes to Grace, who walked out in front of the net, and Pinch stops that. Maloney, Grace. Hildebrand forces a shot there. That gets easily soaked. Back to Maloney. Grace. Cross crease, and that gets stopped. Pinch easily gets over there. And now the Outlaws are going to get a penalty on a hit by Hildebrand. And Flett will be content to hang on to this and flip to Dewart. Josh Dewart. It's going to hold it. Flips it back up. Or that was Dickin to Dewart. That shot goes wide. And for 8 seconds, we'll play 4-on-3. And then a Warrior will get out. And it'll go to back to 4-on-4. United Tool Supply, celebrating their 50th year in business, serving machine shops across Western Canada, focusing on building customer relationships, earning them a quality reputation for service and technical expertise. Visit United Tool Supply today for all your machine shop needs. Here's Dickin. Holding until the Warrior, and that'll be Lachlan Gordon, comes out of the box. Dickin matched up there with Ellis as we go 4-on-4. Wellner bait. Swings it back over to Dickin. Dickin, long outside shot. McLeod smothers that. It was outlaw ball, and Weatherby took a tumble, and the Warriors are going to regain possession. Anybody who hasn't been on this turf, there are some bumps on it. It's a little bit uneven. Guys that aren't used to playing on it, I can see it being a little bit different. As Ellis comes into the Warrior zone. Ellis working on Stashnik. He gets it up to Hobday. Hobday to the half wall. Maloney. Maloney. Shaft. And he tried to go low, and that's stopped by Pinch. 1-0 here. First period. 3:54 to go. Carey and Dewart both doing big-time damage over the last couple of games for the Warriors as they played a bit undermanned. Ball goes in behind the net to Dickin. Back to Carey. Carey tried to go 5-hole, and that's stopped by McLeod. And some big roll or spin moves here by Rogalski. He gets taken down eventually, and now the ball rolled into Gaudreau's stick, and they'll say 8 seconds, and it'll be Warrior ball. Brief power play here for the Warriors. About 20 seconds remaining on it. Carey up top. Royer and Dewart on the shooters, and Dickin and Wellner bait down on the crease. Dewart, pick set there. Shot. That's stopped. Weatherby having some trouble picking that up. He knocks it to the near boards. It's going to be picked back up by Wellner bait as they go back to 5-on-5 here. Dickin winds, fires. That goes off a body. And Gaudreau's going to go here. He's got numbers if he hurries. He's got 2-on-1. Hildebrand trails. Gaudreau goes right in. And he ripped that low, and Pinch shut off the bottom of the net. Now the ball rolls back to Rogalski. And the Outlaws will have a fresh 30. And the Outlaws getting their best looks in this game so far in transition. Willing to run. The second-year junior Gaudreau doing a good job of getting out into space. Grace fires that. That goes right into the stick of Pinch, and it'll be Warrior ball. As Fair comes up over center. He gets it to Cameron, who swings it over to the right side, and Dewart. As he goes for a change. Dewart up across the top, and Dewart pulls that on the run, short side. It's 2-0. Josh Stewart's outside shot's been dialed in these past couple of games. He doubles the Warrior lead here with 1:58 to go in the first. Vimy Ridge Lacrosse. Excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Ball over on the left side. Maloney up top. Hildebrand. Hildebrand ducks underneath a defender, or over top of a defender, I should say, and shoots that wide. Maloney. Shot soaked by a stick. That was Dickin sending that one in, and Warriors will gain possession. Redlick will come into Outlaw territory. Looking for some help. Gets that up over to the right side, and Dickin. Dickin and Dewart, your goal scorers here with 2 outside shots. That shot's taken to the short side, and that gets stopped. Dewart. Looking for someone to feed to. Gets it to Carey. Carey out in front. Walks around his defender and stopped by McLeod. And here's Gaudreau. Big save there, as that would have been a bit of a backbreaker with only 45 seconds left in the frame. Wild shots taken there by Weatherby. And then Grace grabbed the rebound and threw it behind the back. Just missed. Ball is knocked back to Ellis. With about 10 seconds on the shot clock, 30 in the period. Grace works his way out in front. He gets thrown down in front of the net. Warriors will take possession. Pinch. It's the center. Dewart. Dewart up top. Dewart winds. Throws that wide. Dickin on the rebound. McLeod stops that, and we will go into the first intermission with the score. The Edmonton Warriors 2, the Beaumont Outlaws nothing. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Hit subscribe. You'll be notified every time we go live. Plenty of games across the network. Games in the South with the Shamrocks, games in the Central with the Silvertips, and of course, full coverage of the North Division. Again, score after one period of play, the Edmonton Warriors 2, the Beaumont Outlaws nothing. We'll return to action in just under 10 minutes' time. And welcome back into Bill Hunter Arena. After one period of play, it is the Edmonton Warriors 2, the Beaumont Outlaws nothing. The Warriors entering the game at 4-2-1, and the Outlaws at 2-4 or at 2-4. Little quick update on the out of town scoreboard. Last check, it was the CROW up on the Rebels 5-1 after the first. The SWAT currently leading the Rockies 6-2 in Lethbridge, and the Chill and the Mountaineers currently tied at 3. And later tonight, the Red Deer Rampage will get set for a big tilt in the Central Division against the Mountain View Mavericks. As Flett gets the ball up to Dewart, and the Warriors will get their offense onto the floor. Ball up high with Dickin. Dickin down underneath, swings it, or doesn't swing it, keeps it, and then shot a little underhand to the far side, and that gets stopped. And the ball will be with Dewart. Dewart over to Dickin. Dickin on the half wall comes up across the top and winds and fires that one into the midsection of McLeod. And here come the Outlaws. Ball brought up there by Polson. He's checked there heavily by Menon. Ball is knocked down. It's going to be picked up momentarily. Now it is going to be picked up by Lachlan Gordon. Gordon didn't know Grace was there. Grace knocked the ball loose. Ball's going to go over back into the Outlaws zone. Now it's going to be picked up. And Osman has numbers. Osman gets it to Grace. Grace is going to stop and wait. Ball now with Weatherby, or Schaff. Now backdoor. They tried to hit Grace. And that gets stopped. And Flett, in transition, stops up. And hands it to Carey. Dickin gets it back over to Carey, back over to Dickin. A little bit of a give and go. Dickin underneath. Dickin to the net. Dickin. And the Warriors sounded like they thought they scored. Heard a pretty clear yeah, but McLeod had that ball underneath. Trapped against the turf. And the Outlaws will go back on offense. Maloney ripped that high as Pinch dropped down to a knee. And Fair comes back out. Fair to Muir. Muir gets it to Wellner Bate off the bench. Wellner Bate will settle it down. 17:30 to go here, second period. Warriors 2, Outlaws nothing. Wellner Bate gets it over to Morris. Morris up high to Dickin. Dickin shoots that, and an absolute rocket into the top corner as he raised that, shooting low to high. That was a riser up over McLeod. It's 3-0. Ball gets knocked into the boards, and it's picked up by, or it's awarded, possession's awarded to the Warriors, and Dewart will work in off the right side. Dewart swings it. Wellner Bate winds and fires another rocket up high. It's 4-0. And the Warriors perhaps picking up on the fact that McLeod's been dipping down a little bit in this game, starting to go high, and they click for a couple of goals back to back, and it's 4-0. An infraction will be called on the Warriors on the draw. It'll be outlaw ball. Ball with Maloney. Hobday winds and fires, and that goes off a body into the stick of Ellis. Ellis swings to Maloney. Maloney shoots that into the midsection of Pinched. Ball, long lead feed to Cameron. Unable to bring that in, and the pass was low. And the Outlaws will bring it into the offensive zone. Grace. Often a spark for this Outlaws team. Gets it to Ellis. And Ellis walked right down Main Street, and Pinch was able to stop that. And now the pass from Redlick into Carey off the bench on transition. Hits a stick and goes into the crease of the Outlaws. And it's going to be picked up. And the Outlaws unable to get up over center in 8 seconds. That was Sutherland. But a delayed call to the Warriors, and the Outlaws power play will get an opportunity. Down 4-0 with 15:50 to go, second period. Be sure to get your weekly CROW LAX 50/50 tickets. Tickets on sale until Monday at 4 p.m. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Ball up top, Maloney. Grace. Maloney. The ball was skipped down to Hobday. It went off his stick into the ref. And now it's a 2-on-1. Stashnik and Fair. Stashnik keeps, fires. Low shot there, and good stop by McLeod. Ball picked up by Fair, who hands off to Flett. Flett throws it over to Luke Royer. He holds onto it in the corner. Luke underneath his man. Now he comes back up with it, swings it to Dickin. Dickin. A little bit of a twister there. That goes well wide. And the shot clock's going to expire. And the Outlaws, with about a minute remaining on the power play and 14:50 to go in the second, will come back up floor. The Outlaws need to get something going here on this power play before this game gets out of hand. Need to work the ball a little bit quicker, a little bit smoother, as the ball is up now with Maloney. And that ball is thrown errantly to Hobday again. Now he picks it up in behind the net, gets it up to Maloney. Maloney rolled back and threw an underhand into the chest of Pinch. A good loose ball there by Hildebrand to keep the power play alive. And now Grace out front of the net and able to tightrope the crease. Tuck it up over Pinch. It's 4-1. It's a big goal for the Outlaws as they try to climb their way back into it. And we sit 4-1 here, 14:15 to go here, second period. Off the draw, Redlick out in front, and he left his feet nicely there and tried to go about hip high around McLeod. McLeod able to say no, and now the ball is picked up by the Outlaws. It's Josh Booth with the unique green shooters. Now Grace has it on the left side. Two Warrior defenders there because the Outlaws slow to change. Grace gets taken down. Ball goes loose. Picked up by Schaff. Schaff hits Hobday. Hobday up top, and he throws a high shot in on Pinch. Pinch gets the arm on it. Knocks it up out of play, and the Outlaws will get a reset. Grace. Left side. Slip pick by Hobday. Grace bounces that wide. Ball goes up and out of play, and the Warriors will quickly go up floor. Wellner Bate off the wrong side of the floor is going to have to hold up. Hits a cutter. That's Royer, and that's a good stop by McLeod. As Wellner Bate did a good job to patiently wait for Royer to buzz in off the bench. Ball goes in behind the net. Picked up, or was going to be picked up by Royer. takes his man down. Ball goes loose and now is in the stick of Dickin after the loose ball by Carey. No reset here as Dewart is forced to take a quick shot. And here come the Outlaws. Sutherland once again up floor. Sutherland to Maloney. Could have flipped that to Hobday, but didn't. And Grace shoots that up and over the net. And here come the Warriors and just evading a big check there. But now the ball does turn over. Hildebrand in tight, and the Warriors yelling for too many men. Probably the right call there, but goes unnoticed, and Cameron will come up floor. Cameron also off a nice offensive weekend in those pair of home games against the Mountaineers and Rampage. Really stepped up for the Warriors in a time of need as Dewart tried to fire that out in front. Didn't get brought in. Nicholson out of the corner, up high, and a long bounce shot evades McLeod. It's 5-1. So with 11:45 to go, the Warriors extend their lead to 4. It's 5-1. The Outlaws look like they were going to win the draw, but now the ball bounces to Brody Stashnik, who gets pinned against the boards. He battles, tries to keep it loose. Some teammates come in to help him, and now the ball is picked up by Redlick. Redlick muscles his way in front of the net and scores. It's 6-1, and a little bit of an interesting celebration there from Redlick as he jumped up in the air, bent over, and kind of wiggled his hands. I'm not sure I've seen that one before. But nevertheless, it's the Warriors extending their lead to 5. 6-1. Gaudreau on the draw. Took a couple of hits while on the ground. And now in transition, ball almost got in behind Pinch, but it died on the carpet. He turned around abruptly, but the ball was just sort of sitting there out in front on the chance there from Richardson. Ball left side, Royer. Dickin, and fired a low shot in on McLeod, and that stopped. Ball is thrown to Sutherland. He's going to have to go grab the loose ball. Ball's going to turn over, and there's going to be a call against Gordon. So Gordon will go to the box for cross-checking. And the Outlaws will have a 2-minute power play trailing 6-1 with 10:41 to go, second period. So here's Maloney up top. Schaff, Hobday on the shooters. Seal set there by Hobday. Ball in behind the net to Hildebrand. Hobday tried to roll out in front. Pass didn't connect. He was in a lot of traffic. And then Grace throws one at the glove, short side of Pinch. That's stopped. Ball goes in behind the net. Scrum. Ball back with Grace. Hits Schaff backdoor, back to Grace. That pass is too high. Grace. Maloney. Maloney winds, fires, and that goes up and out of play off the shoulder of Pinch. Schaff. Maloney. Now with Grace on the left shooter. Back up to Maloney. Grace gets it back. Maloney. And the Outlaws power play really disjointed so far in this game here as Maloney pulled it around a moving pick, and it'll be Warrior possession. With 1 minute to go in the kill and 9:30 to go in the second period. Here's Flett. Flett swings that to Nicholson. Nicholson runs around with that. He gets away momentarily from his check. Gaudreau stays on him. And Nicholson is going to have to roll that in on net. That goes wide. And the shot clock will expire. It'll be outlaw ball. Here's Hobday. Left side, Hobday back up to Maloney. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Hobday back up to Maloney. Maloney shoots. That goes wide. Ball is going to go back over. It'll be Warrior possession. United Tool Supply is celebrating its 50th year in the business, serving machine shops across Canada for tooling supplies. Their focus on building customer relationships has allowed them to earn a reputation for quality service and technical expertise. Visit United Tool Supply today for all your machine shop needs. And now it should have been breakaway as the Outlaws made a poor pass up floor. They had a 2-on-0 really. And Dylan Lentz is able to evade a massive hit, and Gaudreau takes him into the boards as Lentz and Gaudreau tie up. Ball up high with Dewart. Dewart swings that crisply over to Royer. Back up to Carey. Carey stumbles, gets his feet back. Now goes underneath. The shot clock's going to expire, and it's going to be outlaw ball. 8 minutes to go, second period. Warriors 6, Outlaws 1, and now a partial 2-on-1, and Weatherby didn't feed it across. He pulls it out. Now Maloney, left side. Maloney to Hobday. Sorry, to Dickin. Now in behind the net, gets fed out to Ellis. Weatherby was thrown down, and the Warriors will go back up floor. And now, got some call coming up here. Looks like the Outlaws are going to go to the box. 2 minutes for interference. Looks like Schaff will go and serve it. So with 7:28 to go and a 6-1 lead, the Warriors will go to the man advantage. That pass not brought in. Ball goes into the corner. Wellner bait up top right now on this Warrior man advantage. Carey shoots that low into McLeod. The Outlaws are going to get called for back in. And so the Warriors will get a fresh possession here. Ball up high with Carey. He seals down into the middle. Carey out in front, and Carey gets turned away. Ball goes into the corner. He'll go pick up his own rebound. Dewart over to Luke Royer. Royer fires that far side, and it's 7-1. And it's been like that for the last 3 seasons. It's tough when you take penalties against this Warrior team. And even though it's not the same collection of guys entirely, it's still one of the strengths of their game. And it's just something you can't afford to do all that often against them. Unless you obviously improve your penalty kill, which a lot of teams in this league sort of have trouble with. As Maloney goes underneath his guy to the net, and then a late stick check knocked that ball awry up over the glass, and it'll be Warrior possession. Redlick over to Cameron. Cameron hops into the middle. He'll get that over to Dickin. Nicholson, pick set there by Wellner Bate. Wellner Bate slipped a little bit inside and pass doesn't come, and then Dickin fired that off of the helmet or the mask of McLeod. Possession will stay with the Warriors. Here's Wellner Bate. Now with Nicholson. Left side, swung over to Dewart. Dewart fires that. Low shot, that's stopped. Now the ball is going to be picked back up by Morris. Fresh 30 here for the Warriors. Nicholson, Dickin, Dewart. Dewart winds, fires, and that goes off a body into the boards. Picked up by Dickin. Dickin looking inside. Now he swings it. Wellner Bate with another shot. That's stopped. And here comes Rogalski for the Outlaws. 5 minutes to go, second period. Warriors 7, Outlaws 1. Here from Bill Hunter Arena. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Just make sure you subscribe, and you'll be notified every time a game goes live. Schaff with a low shot, far side. That's stopped. Flett with a nice spin move, or a nice swim move. And he walks it into the Outlaw zone. Dewart. Dewart feeds it inside. That was Luke Royer cutting. Ball was a little bit too tight to the body. Now Carey picks that up, loses it. Royer now goes and picks up that loose ball. Now Royer muscles his way for a shot. That gets, or bounces back into the boards, and they're going to say Warrior possession on loose ball interference. Ball is rifled off of the crossbar. Picked back up by Dewart. Carey tried to flip that inside, and Menon, who's out for an offensive shift, picks that up. Dewart up high with it. Dewart, and that goes well high. Here's Osman for the Outlaws. Takes a whack, and he gets that to Gaudreau, who's tied up in front of the net, but gets away, and now it's picked up by Ellis on the rebound as he runs to safety. He takes a late hit there by Brody Stashnik. Ball with Maloney left side. Maloney winds, fires. He's been trying to pull it back to that short side, and it's not quite dialed in and missing the net a little bit here. And the shot clock will, or I think they called over and back there, so it'll be Warrior ball. Dickin will hold it on the right side. Ball with Dickin still, and tried to work his way out in front of the net, and that gets stopped. Now, looked like a breakaway was going to take place there for Hildebrand, unable to bring it in. Now the Warriors, Cameron, threw that a bit high for Menon. And the Outlaws will come back up floor. Hobday. Schaff back into Hobday, and good pass there as Hobday cut out in front, and another good save by Pinch. Now the outside shot gets soaked by a Warrior defender. It's going to be picked up by Ellis. Ellis swings to Maloney. Maloney on the weak side, gets it down to Hobday, gets it back. Maloney loses that, picks it back up. Maloney, Ellis, and that gets absorbed by Pinch. And here's Fair. Now gets it to Dewart. Jogs in for the offensive possession. Here's Carey with a low shot. McLeod with another save. And out in front, Grace. And after the goal, he's thrown into the boards. It looks like they had the initial call. Weatherby comes in. And we'll wait and see what the official call is. It's going to be 2 minutes for roughing. So the Outlaws after the goal and narrowing the lead to 5. We'll go to the power play. City of Fort Saskatchewan. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. So Grace gets a second of the game and the second goal of the game for the Outlaws and draws an additional call, and the Outlaws go to work on the man advantage. Maloney swings it back up. Maloney with that shot, stopped by Pinch, and an aerial loose ball there by Flett. Breakaway pass. He's got Royer. Royer in, and McLeod with a big save there, as the Outlaws definitely not in a position to be giving up shorthanded goals at this point in the game. 43 seconds remaining in the period. The Outlaws down by a score of 7-2. Grace with a shooting lane if he wants it. Then ends up pulling it by a defender and taking a shot. Now Menon, partial break. Menon fires that short side high. And that killer shorthanded goal makes it 8-2. Ball's going to be tied up on the draw. Now it's picked up by Brody Stashnik. Andrews to Dickin. About 8 seconds left in the second period. Warriors are going to have to hurry here to get a shot. Dickin is just going to lay one into McLeod, and that'll do it for the second period of play with the score. The Edmonton Warriors 8, the Beaumont Outlaws 2. Thanks so much for joining us on the channel. Again, all you got to do is hit subscribe, and you'll be notified every time a game goes live across the division. Also got junior ladies lacrosse action on the channel as well. So hit subscribe, and you won't have to worry about trying to figure out when games go live. You'll just get a notification sent to your phone. And we invite any and all interaction on all our social media platforms. Get in the comments, get in a live chat. And welcome back for third period action between the Edmonton Warriors and Beaumont Outlaws from Bill Hunter Arena. The Warriors holding a commanding 8-2 lead, scoring a big shorthanded goal in the dying seconds of the second period. The Outlaws will have 34 seconds remaining on their power play here to start the third. Ball is going to be knocked back, and it's going to be picked up by Richardson. The Outlaws will come in with about 25 seconds remaining on the power play. Maloney up top gets it over to Ellis. Schaff. Ellis getting some power play time here. Grace with a quick stick. Ball is swung. That shot's taken. Stopped. Grace picks that up. That's stopped. And Stashnik comes out into the zone. Stashnik rungs to the floor, and Stashnik shoots that. And the kill will be completed, but it'll be outlaw ball. Rogalski back into Warrior territory. Will flip that. Back to Hildebrand, and Hildebrand was going to take a whack there. It's going to throw it away, though. And Muir. Nice pick up there. Muir in transition. He's got a trailer here. And that's behind the intended target. And here comes Weatherby for the Outlaws. Ball goes loose, and it's going to be picked up by Pennock. Redlick in transition stops up. And he'll hand it to Luke Royer. The fifth-year veteran down in the near boards, comes back up top with it and swings it to Dickin. Dickin shoots. That's stopped by McLeod. Ball goes loose. And a couple of Outlaws will take on a couple of Warriors, and they'll say loose ball interference and Warrior ball. Vimy Ridge Lacrosse. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, dedicated to molding well-rounded athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Here's Gaudreau. Gaudreau is going to throw a high pass brought in by Weatherby. Quick stick, and Maloney, who had stopped up back door, is able to finish that off. A transition look where the Outlaws have been most dangerous all game, and it's 8-3. Now the ball's knocked back into the Outlaw zone. And a bunch of bodies reconvene there for a battle. Ball goes in behind the net, and it's going to be picked up by Maloney. The Outlaws goal scorer on that last sequence. Maloney with heavy pressure. Eventually the ball lands at the feet of Schaff, and he picks it up and gets it to Hildebrand. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard here. That game in St. Albert has really tightened up. The Crude were up 5-1 after one. It's now 8-7 Crude. It should be just beginning the third there. The SWAT beating up on the Rockies 18-3. And the Chill and Mountaineers look like they're in a tight one. Last checked, it was 6-5 for the Chill. Red Deer and the Mavericks just getting underway. Would have started about 15 minutes ago. Ball goes into the corner. Picked up. Schaff. Picked up off the floor by Hobday, he rolled to the net, and that's stopped by pinch, and they call Hobday for the being in the crease. Muir works his way up the floor, and now he gets it to Carey. Carey underneath his man. Carey out in front. Good trail check there by the Outlaws. Ball goes loose. A low winding shot stopped by McLeod. The Outlaws can get the next couple of goals. They still got a shot here, but they're going to have to go on some type of run as the Outlaws pressured, and the ball goes to Cameron, who comes up the floor and gets it to Carey. Carey's shot got soaked, and it's going to be picked up by Weatherby, the assistant captain. Brings it in to enemy territory. Now Maloney wide open. Maloney to the net, and that's a big stop by Pinch. Dickin whacks Redlick on the loose ball, and here comes the rookie for the Warriors. $14:58 to go, third period. Warriors 8, Outlaws 3 here from Bill Hunter Arena. Warriors coming in at 4-2-1 atop the North, and the Outlaws at 2-4. At the bottom of the division, but with games in hand on both the Rebels and the Crew. Nicholson, loose ball, Dickin, and that gets stopped by the rookie goaltender. Here come the Outlaws now. Sutherland is able to get around Wellner Bate, who went kind of heavily and awkwardly into the boards. Hope he's all right there. It's a little sore going off. Ball up top with Hildebrand. Hildebrand swings it. Hobday. Hobday works his way through a check and got across the top and gets a shot away. It's easily stopped by Pinch. Lob pass by Flat. Pennock knocks that down. He's going to look to dish. Here's Dewart. Dewart backdoor to Royer. McLeod got across there. Morris is going to pick up that loose ball. Gets hit, and he swings that over to Dewart. Dickin rolls up across the top, shoots that, stopped by McLeod. 13:30 to go. Warriors holding on to an 8-3 lead here. Weatherby again in transition, looks to feed. He's pushed out. Now the ball with Grace. Grace and Maloney off the left side with Dickin. And I didn't quite see it, but Weatherby went heavily to the floor. Delayed penalties coming up to the Warriors. And it looks like Mirror will go to the box. United Tool Supply, celebrating its 50th year in the business, serving machine shops across Western Canada, focusing on building customer relationships that have allowed them to earn a reputation for quality service and expertise. Visit United Tool Supply today for all your machine shop needs. Here's Maloney up top. Hildebrand swings it, and Hobday with a quick stick. They'll call the Outlaws for reaching into the cylinder, and it'll be Warrior ball. Flat. Dewart into the middle. Dewart. The Dewart special, I'm going to start calling it. He beats another goaltender 5-hole. Not sure I've seen a guy score as much 5-hole as Josh Dewart has these last few games. It's 9-3. Ball drawn back into the stick of Richardson. Outlaws giving up another shorthanded goal there as well, as Stewart was really allowed to walk right into the middle there. Grace. Now to Maloney. Ball skipped down to Hildebrand. Back up to Schaff. Schaff off the shooter and throws that right into the Warrior logo. They're going to call the Warriors for back in. Call they do not like very much. Now Schaff. Right shooter. Maloney. Grace. Inside to Schaff, and he quick stick that. That was a good save by Pinch low. A long high pass is going to sail into the corner and be picked back up by the Outlaws. Here's Hildebrand for the Outlaws. Maloney. Schaff. Ball up top to Maloney. He winds and fires, and that goes off a stick. Stashnik. Now a 2-on-1 with Dewart. Stashnik, wrong side of the floor again, and he tried to go to that far low corner just like he did a time ago. McLeod able to stay with it. $11:10 to go, third period. Warriors leading the Outlaws 9-3. Carey. Thought about shooting, gets the ball up high, Dickin, and that was a long, hard shot that went off the top of the boards and went out of play. Now is Gaudreau. He gets it to Schaff. Schaff. Looking. Swings it. Grace. Little sub shot there, gets stopped. Him and Cameron battle for it. He picks up the loose ball. Grace into the middle. Gaudreau fell to the floor. Got a shot off, but pretty tough shot to execute. Ellis now finds his way into the middle. Ball's behind him. Ball goes loose into the stick of Lentz, who goes into the backboards and is going to lose the ball, and it's picked up by the Outlaws. The Outlaws getting the fresh 30 here. Grace, Schaff. Down low. Schaff gets thrown hard into the boards by Menon. It'll be Outlaws ball here with a fresh 30. Grace. Low shot. Stopped. Ball goes in behind the net. Grace goes down. He uses his body to pick that up. That was a good loose ball there by the rookie, Grace. Really good positioning. He's going to have to go off. Dead tired after doing a lot of work there. And now Hobday up top. Tried to get that to Hildebrand. Hildebrand into the corner. Ellis. That riser goes off the glass. And it'll be a 30-second shot clock violation and an over and back. So it'll be Warrior ball. Nicholson out of the corner. Nicholson works his way to the front of the net, and that ball almost gets in behind McLeod as he hopped around his defender underneath, and McLeod was able to save the day for the Outlaws there. Ball up top with Hildebrand. A little behind the back that was away from its intended target of Weatherby. Weatherby comes up high with it, loses the ball, and it'll be Warrior possession. Outlaws with a quick change to thwart that 2-on-1 that was developing, and Flett will pull it out. Now Dickin off the bench. Dickin. That's a good stop by McLeod, and it'll be Outlaw ball. CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre passed away by suicide at age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action. Donations can be made at edmonton.cmha.ca/talktoday. You can also visit our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. 9-3, 8 minutes to go here from Bill Hunter Arena. The Warriors once again, having not lost at home, like they went through a whole 2023 not having done. Wellner Bate fires it high, far side. He already scored there once. He does it again, and it's 10-3. Another update on the out-of-town scoreboard. CROW now leading 9-7 over the Rebels. They got to be somewhere along in the third period. Don't know exactly where. With a SWAT again beating up on the Rockies 18-3. And the Chill have now extended their lead over the Mountaineers to 8-5. And Dickin in transition with the nice tuck. It's 11-3. Ball's knocked back. Picked up by Menon. The race is out of the pile. Menon up to Luke Royer. Ball swings to Dewar. Inside to Luke Royer, and he scores. It's 12-3. So the usual suspects doing damage here tonight. Dickin and Luke Royer and Dewar. And the Warriors really extending out here as we wind down. Ball goes deep into the Outlaws zone. And here comes a 2-on-1 for the Outlaws. Weatherby takes a high hit from Dewar, and Dewar and Weatherby are going to exchange words here. Now Weatherby is going to talk with another Outlaw. It looks like Ellis is going to join him and have a conversation with Gordon. And I can only assume a goal was just scored as I was looking back behind the play. Looks like there was something that took place in a penalty. And the Warriors did score, so they'll go up by 10 here with 5:46 to go. Looks like Dewar will get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Looks like the refs are going to have to talk about this because the Outlaws want to know why that goal counted. The unsportsmanlike penalty, a delayed call. If it happened before the ball went in, it wouldn't count. So we'll see. We'll see what they deem. Looks like the Outlaws are going to get possession here. So they won't be a face-off. It'll be Outlaw possession. That was Kai Morris. So he gets his first Tier 1 goal. Good for him as he gets on the board. For anybody at home not knowing, he's a Tier 2 player that got called up. He's affiliating, and I think his third or fourth game this year, he grabs his first goal. Big moment for him as Luke Royer goes into the corner. Gets it up to Nicholson, another affiliate, leading the Tier 2 division in scoring, at least in the north at the moment. Nicholson, underneath his defender, Nicholson tried to work his way to the net, lost the ball, and it'll be Outlaws possession as we work our way underneath 5 minutes. And a pretty fast-moving game here from Bill Hunter Arena on a Friday night. Ball up top, Maloney. Ball gets knocked down, picked back up by Maloney. Maloney tried to get that down to Dickin. Ball goes loose, and the shot clock's going to expire, and it's going to be Warrior ball. Flat. Spins off a check. Dickin. It's going to slow play this here. Over by the Outlaw bench, and now he's going to maintain possession here. A little bit of a fake, and fires that low on McLeod. .358 to go here, third period. The Warriors up big here, 13-3 at home. As Maloney fires that off of the pipe. Dewar will come back out on the floor, and the teams will return to even strength. Ball up high, gets knocked down, and here comes Cameron on a breakaway. Cameron with speed. He gets stopped by McLeod. Here's Morris. Gets thrown into the boards, loses it. Now the ball comes back to him. He takes another bump, and Outlaws will take possession. Hobdig. Grace underneath Grace, and that gets stopped. Ball gets tossed down the floor. Muir will go collect that. Come back, and the Warriors content here to just grind down the shot clock on each possession. Carry. Ball goes loose, and the shot clock will expire, and it'll be Outlaw ball, but we have another penalty coming up. Looks like they're going to take Jackson Weatherby for something. It's like a cross check. So 2:31, the Warriors will have another power play. Here's Royer. Dewar. He tried to get that to Wellner bait. Ball goes back to Luke Royer on the loose ball. Royer with a step back shot. Stopped. Here comes Gaudreau. Gaudreau engages like he normally does. This time he dishes, and Maloney unable to go far side on pinch. Andrews is going to get stripped here. Maloney is going to have to deal with Andrews now, though. Maloney. And Andrews is just relentless, man. It doesn't matter what time of the game it is, what the score is. you can never ever say he's not giving a full effort. Lachlan Gordon now on a breakaway, just unable to get the ball on net. I'd have to look. I'm not sure if Lachlan Gordon has. I'm not sure if he's scored in his career. I can't remember one anyway. I haven't seen it, but it's very possible that he has. I just don't know if he has. Ball over with Wellner Bate. Wellner Bate. And that gets stopped. As the Outlaws come up floor with about 50 seconds remaining. That shot's taken into the midsection. And now Wellner Bate, and that doesn't go. And I think these teams are probably content to just let this play out at this point with only 30 seconds on the clock. Hildebrand. A little bit of a windmill shot there that goes wide. The Warriors will just hang on to this, I would imagine. And the game will end with the ball being rolled to the ref by Luke Royer. And the final score from Bill Hunter Arena. The Edmonton Warriors 13, the Beaumont Outlaws 3. The Warriors go to 5-2-1 and sit firmly up top the North Division, while the Outlaws fall to 2-5 and will have work to do to chase down a playoff spot. Once again, the final score from Bill Hunter. The Edmonton Warriors 13, the Beaumont Outlaws 3. Thanks for joining us on the channel. We'll have plenty of more games across the weekend. Hit subscribe. You'll be notified every time the channel goes live. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Or I believe there should be games here tomorrow, but if not, we'll have more games on Sundays. Once again, final score, Edmonton Warriors 13, Beaumont Outlaws 3. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.